Hello and welcome back to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Sawa Murthy. Today, hope you're enjoying this live stream here at the Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Sawa Murthy, a former sports journalist. We are on to the day 5 of the Ranji Trophy, and Jammu and Kashmir almost within the cusp of creating history, and definitely they would be eager to lay their hands on this Ranji Trophy for the first time in the 67-year-old history. So it's been that sort of a day here. Jammu Kashmir dominating the likes of the Karnataka cricket team in this final for the first time being here in the finals, and they have managed to put out a wonderful show. Paras Dogra-led and the boys will be extremely proud of themselves. What a wonderful recognition here for the brand of cricketer and the talent that's been curling across the country. And Jammu Kashmir here today looking like they're going to make history here because they have a lead of I think the lead is now over 548 runs. So definitely looking like Jammu and Kashmir will be going away with this victory here. And there is Iqbal batting out there. He is still batting on Qamran Iqbal on 114 of 214 balls. He's been wonderful with the bat in the second innings. He showed some class there, the youngster, the 24-year-old from Srinagar. And here is Jammu and Kashmir 257 for 4, and the lead now 548. This definitely seems like the game is almost done and dusted there. I think the Karnataka and the Jammu and Kashmir would be having a discussions that when to call off the game, because it seems like it's just going to be going Jammu and Kashmir's way. There's no chance for Karnataka to come back into this game here because it's almost done and dusted now. And to all the folks who join us on Sports Beyond Cancer, hope you're enjoying the wonderful cricketing spectacle throughout the globe, be it the T20 World Cup, be it the Ranji Trophy, be it the women's cricket here in the Australia versus India, and the West Indies versus Sri Lanka, and South Africa versus Pakistan. It's been a cricketing spectacle all through the globe here, cricketing spectacle, and the kind of cricket we saw yesterday in the T20 World Cup here. England managing to chase that against New Zealand. What of the last three, especially the last 3 overs, what a turnaround the last 3 overs has been. Wonderful stuff there. The last 3 overs, the way Rihan Ahmed and Rihan Ahmed and Will Jacks managed to score those runs, some 16 balls, 44 runs partnership to take England home and still keep Pakistan in the hunt. So today is going to be an exciting game, Pakistan versus Sri Lanka, and that will decide the fate of who will join England in the semi-finals from the group 2 there. So with that said, Jammu and Kashmir, this has been a game for them, wonderful game for them. They have dominated right since the start here, winning the toss and rightfully opting to bat on this surface. Batting friendly wicket here. Then put on 584 in the first innings with 6 of the top 7 batters scoring 50s and one person managing to score 100 there. Subham Punde batted wonderfully, scoring 121 along with Yavir Hassan, who batted brilliantly for his 88 in the first innings, and Paras Dogra, who was injured on the first day, had to return back to the dressing room, and he came back next day because he wanted to put out a fight. He wanted to play that captain's knock, and he wanted to lead the team from the front. And despite the injury, he's walked out and he's managed to score some 70 runs after Abdul Samad scored at 61. And then the wicketkeeper Kanhaiya Wadwan, he pitched in with 70 runs along with Sahil Lotra, who's batting brilliantly currently out there in the middle with some 60 runs. He was also wonderful in the first innings, scoring that 72 of 138 balls there, and they managed to put up 584. But in reply, Aqib Nabi, wonderful. He's been on a form here. Has there been any Ranji Trophy season where a bowler single-handedly has carried the team into finals and is also performed in the finals there? There you go. That speaks volumes about Aqib Nabi's kind of performance. He's bowled brilliantly. He's managed to get the better of the international players with the likes of Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Karun Nair, Smaran Ravichandran, and what a wonderful spell he's bowled. And he's also managed to pick up Shikhar Shetty, and he's got 5 for 54 in his first innings, and he completely crumbled Karnataka. But Mayank Agarwal, who was not amongst the runs coming into this finals, he played a wonderful knock here, a resilient knock. He fought back against Jammu and Kashmir, scoring that big 160 there. Mayank Agarwal scoring that 160 there, and Aqib Nabi picking up 5 wickets, and Sunil Kumar and Yudhvir Singh picking 2 wickets each, and Sahil Lotra picking 1 wicket, bundling out Karnataka 293 in the first innings, and absolutely denting their hopes, because we all believe that this is going to be a tough game for Jammu and Kashmir, because they are for the first time entering the finals of the Ranji Trophy in the 67-year old history, and Karnataka were trying to get their ninth title. But it seems like Jammu and Kashmir have managed to outplay the big boys here, the favorites here. Well, you all know that Karnataka were their favorites walking into this game. Be it on paper, they have almost close to four international stars who have played for India on different levels and played in the IPL on different levels there. And definitely, Akib Nabi having a upper hand there, and his performance has definitely would have caught the eyes of the selectors. He's performed, I think this is his seventh fifer in this Ranji Trophy season, and that's the kind of bowling he's been bowling. The way he got the wickets of Karun Nair and the way he got the wickets of KL Rahul, absolutely, he should be on the Indian team bus there. I think for the England tour, the selectors must have Akib Nabi in the squad there. I think that will be a wonderful experience for Akib Nabi, and that will also speak volumes about his performance being rewarded here, because that's the kind of performance he's put up in this contest here, and definitely they would want to reward him and also use his resources and groom him in the right direction, because he's been wonderful. He's been hard to play, and with the red cherry and with the Duke ball coming into play in England, I think Akib Nabi should be on that flight to England there for the Test series there. And to all the folks who are joining on Sports Beyond Cancer, thank you so much for logging on to Sports Beyond Cancer here. And here is Sahil Lotra continuing. He's batted wonderfully in the first innings. He's come back in the second innings and is still playing some resilient knock here. Here is Karun Nair and straight down the leg, and Sahil Lotra happy to tuck it away towards the deep fine leg region there. Just one run there. Karnataka just would have realized, I mean, not to all the Karnataka fans, so that they would have realized that Jammu and Kashmir just outplayed them. What a turnaround, and what a wonderful phenomenon for the Indian cricketing spectacle. This is a big win for Indian cricket, not just Jammu and Kashmir, because it's good to see a new team, a new state, winning the Ranji Trophy for the first time in 67 years, and have managed to outplay the likes of Karnataka, who were the favorites in this game and who have close to 4 stars or played at Indian level there. And that's the kind of talent we have in our country. This speaks volumes, coming in from the corners of Jammu and Kashmir, and the likes of Paras Dogra, who's been persistent, and his hard work has paid off finally. And the likes of Mithun Manas, how can someone forget the contribution of Mithun Manas, the current BCCI president, towards Jammu and Kashmir's cricket's development and its growth there. He is playing a big hand there, and no wonder now he's the BCCI president. They will all be happy with the win here, and I think it should be a big win for the entire cricketing fraternity, because Jammu and Kashmir coming here and beating the likes of Bengal, MP, and now Karnataka, and going on to win their first ever title in the 67-year-old history. That is going to absolutely do a world of good for the growth of cricket in India. A lot of Kashmir boys, youngsters would pick up cricket bat tomorrow. A lot of young boys would ask their parents to get them cricket bats, or ask them to let them join cricketing academies, because this is the kind of sport where youngsters get influenced, and seeing their stars and see Jammu and Kashmir win a cup here will definitely motivate them. Just like dating back to those days in 1983, when my parents used to say that watching Kapil Dev lift that World Cup for the first time, that was the green revolution for cricket in India, because when Kapil Dev lifted that World Cup, India got a name in the global stage, and as soon as the name picked up, every single person wanted to be a Kapil Dev, every single person wanted to be a Sunil Gavaskar, every single person wanted to be a Madan Lal there. So that's the kind of impact these wins have, and definitely this win will definitely have a big impact on the little kids there back home in Jammu and Kashmir, youngsters who will want to pick up cricket bats tomorrow and want to pursue cricket in the long term here. And not just that, this is how cricket and sport turn out to be catalysts for development, physically, mentally, and also in terms of psychologically, and also this is how the country grows. This is how the sports disciplines the person, it uplifts the society, and that's how the community grows. And definitely this is the kind of sport you want to see, where sports acts as a catalyst to bring in development in the community, a healthy and a positive development in the community. And no wonder the victory for Jammu and Kashmir is going to be doing a lot of wonders across the nations here. And to all the folks who are joined in, hope you're enjoying the stream. Kindly do let us know in the stream. That which city you're watching the stream from, and also from which team are you rooting for. I know Jammu and Kashmir is going to win today, so kindly let us know from which city you're watching the stream, and also do drop in the chat a message. Would be wonderful, so that we can have a conversation here. Here is Sahil Lotra. He's batting on 68 of 149. and Jammu and Kashmir leading by 553. This game is almost done and dusted here. They're just biding out the time here. This time, new ball's been taken and stress go put into the attack, and the ball's off the inside edge, running towards to a short square leg within there, and the batters will cross over for a single here. 262 for 4 after 84.1 overs with Qamran Iqbal, the youngster, 24-year-old Iqbal. I mean, he would have picked up his bat. A lot of years ago during his childhood. He hails from Srinagar, Kashmir, and what a moment here to see, to play such a kind of a knock, to get his state cricket board and his state nation pride in this prestigious pinnacle of Test cricket in India, pinnacle of domestic cricket in India, which is the Ranji Trophy finals here. That's the kind of dream such children carry, and Qamran Iqbal who would have carried this dream since a long time. He's still young, he's just 24 years old, but still he would have manifested someday or envisioned someday that one day he'll go on to play to Jammu and Kashmir and then go on to represent India, but one day he would go on to play for Jammu and Kashmir and get them that prestigious Ranji Trophy. And here he is batting there, unbeaten on 115 runs, and that's what dreams are made of. He's manifested it, and now he's living his dream, batting it out for his team in the Ranji Trophy finals, unbeaten 100. Yeah, what more can you ask for? That's what dreams are made up of. Absolutely wonderful stuff. That's the reason we always ask you to dream big, and he's managed to achieve it, Qamran Iqbal. And definitely the next dream would be to represent India, but he's managed to put Jammu and Kashmir along with the map with the other players there, with the likes of Paras Dogra, Nabi, Lotra, and Yudhvir Singh, and there. Lot of contributions coming into this final, and every single person almost has given his play contribution there. But one major noticeable contribution is Nabi. He's almost won a lot of the games single-handedly. His 7th fifer of the season there, and the way he's been bowling, he's been troubling every single batter there. He's not worried about the surfaces. Even today, this Hubli surface is an extremely good batting wicket. As you can see, the Jammu and Kashmir batters continuing to play even wonderfully, even on day 5 here. But even on this kind of a surface, Nabi, when he gave the interview yesterday after picking up the 5 wickets, he said he doesn't look at who the batter is, because the opposition had the likes of KL Rahul and the Agarwals and the Karan Nayars and the Smarans and the Dev Parikals. He's only worried about bowling his best, and he's not worried about the surface because he's more focused on his skill set. And despite the wicket being batting friendly, Nabi's bowled such wonderfully, and he's managed to pick up 5 wickets for 54 runs there. And will Jammu and Kashmir be calling it off? With both the teams have a word there that they'll call off the game, because this game is almost out of the charts here. 5:56, and we just have 2 sessions here. Even if Jammu and Kashmir declare here, Karnataka wouldn't have any chance here. So hopefully, we all know this is going towards Jammu and Kashmir's way, and it's almost on the brink of history here. And the Jammu and Kashmir boys know it. They know it. They're going to lift this trophy here. Jammu and Kashmir lead by 556 runs here. What a game, what a moment for Indian cricket. Historical red carpet moment for Indian cricket, especially for Jammu and Kashmir. This will do a world of good to the state and also of the country here. No wonder the entire India will be happy that there are new champions here, because every single state that emerges champions, a lot of funds will go into that state. A lot of youngsters from that state will pick up this sport, and definitely at the end of the day, it's the growth of Indian cricket, it's the growth of Jammu and Kashmir cricket, and at the end of the day, it's the growth of global cricket there. And that's what we did. We want cricket to spread to every single corner of this country, so that we get more talent from the corners of this country here. And that's what will happen with the victory of Jammu and Kashmir, lifting this first ever Ranji Trophy final trophy in their 67-year-old history. Here is Shikhar Shetty flighted outside the off stump and is driven it towards the sweeper coverage, and that will be a single here. Karnataka now, they realize that this match is gone. They're just biding the time out there, because they're waiting for a mutual agreement to call the game off and let the Jammu and Kashmir have the trophy. Karnataka would have realized that they're completely outplayed here. Hats off to Nabi, because he's single-handedly managed to with the Karnataka batting attack. We all know how strong Karnataka batting attack is, and what form they're coming into this game with the likes of Rahul and Dev Parikal and Karan Nair, and but Nabi absolutely speechless. He's doing a sensation. No wonder he's knocking the doors of the selectors. And I hope he should be on that flight to England. The England Test Series, Akib Nabi should be on that flight here, because this kind of performances where a person single-handedly brings a team into the final with his consistent performance and also delivers in the final. Obviously, the selectors shouldn't be missing out on this performance and should reward him by giving him a chance on the India on the flight there for the Indian team tour of England there. 267 for 4, and once again is driven through the sweeper coverage, and there that'll just be a single here. And to all the folks, kindly do let us know in the chat box which team you're supporting in this game. I know Jammu Kashmir is going to win, but let us know honestly that if you're supporting Karnataka. But don't worry, even if you're a Karnataka fan, because the good team won here, and you should be happy that a new talent is emerging out there in India in the likes of Akib Nabi, who could go on to be one of the greatest bowlers of Indian era in the near future here. So despite being a Karnataka fan, be happy that it's the win of Indian cricket, it's the win of Indian bowler, it's the win of Indian talent, and that's what Ranji Trophy is all about. It's the pinnacle of Indian domestic circuit, and no wonder Akib Nabi is knocking the doors with such kind of consistent performances. 7th fifer in this season, and he's been standing tall. And imagine the likes of Rahul and Mayank and Nair being troubled by Akib Nabi. No wonder he's going to be a sensation when he walks out there and in the international stage. And BCCI definitely need to groom in the right direction. And no wonder he could be a big prospect for India in the bowling department here. And here was Shika Shetty this time, banging shot outside the off stump, with only managed to inside his to the mid boundaries, and there that'll just be a dot ball there. Well, to all the folks who joined in, hope you're enjoying the stream there. Kindly hit that subscribe button there, and also do let us know which part of the world or city you're watching the stream, because then we can have, at least it can make me feel like that I'm having a real conversation, and it's not like just I'm talking to a camera and a computer here. So kindly do let us know from which part of the world you're watching the stream or which city you're watching the stream, because that will make us feel like we are having a conversation here. With that said, 86 overs done, 268 for 4, the lead now 559 here. And to all the folks, so this is Saurav Murthy, a former sports journalist, currently battling my 5th cancer at the age of 33. And currently, after 2.5 years battle with my 5th cancer, I went to remission, and that's the reason we are starting something to follow a passion. Because I've been a sports journalist for 8 years, 4 years in India, 4 years in New Zealand, covering major leagues, covering the Olympics, being a sports photographer throughout India and New Zealand, covering major sports, including the likes of IPLs and different tennis leagues and basketball leagues in New Zealand, rugby leagues. I love the rugby leagues, and then the soccer and a lot of leagues across the globe. But unfortunately, with the 5th cancer struck me when I was in New Zealand, and that's the reason I had to return back to India. So 126 for 4, 268 for 4, and it's lead by the leads now raising to 559 here. So it's almost going away from the hands of Karnataka. It's Jammu and Kashmir who are on the cusp of victory here. So 268 for 4. With Shreyas Gopal into the attack once again. Flight delivery, angling into the stumps, and is driven it straight back to the bowler. That will just be a dot ball here. .4 overs, 268 for 4. As Shreyas Gopal 1 for 50, 26.4 overs here. This time is gone for the slog sweep. He's only managed to hit in the air. The ball going away deep into the cow corner. Written there. That will be a 6 here. Big 6 coming in from the bat of Shreyas Gopal here. And that will be 6 here. 274 for 4. Wonderful shot there. The ball in the slot, and is gone for the slog sweep. And that will be a 6 here. Wonderful shot, flight delivery, angling on the leg stump, and he smashed it over the fielders there. This time, good ball. A quicker one darted into the stumps there, and that will be a dot ball here. Wonderful stuff here from Shreyas Gopal. Good comeback there, and that will be the end of the over. 274 for 4 after the end of 87 overs here. So Yoshiko Shoti into Qamran Iqbal. Sahil Hughes batted beautifully, 78 of 162. Here is Sati once again, good ball angling into the center. Just give me a moment. I'm just getting a call here, so kindly bear with me. We'll be back in 5 minutes here. Just need to attend the call here. 275 for 4. It's an important call coming in, so kindly, please bear with me. Hello and welcome back to Sports Beyond Cancer. Here, this is Saur Murthy. Thank you for all the folks who have been waiting from such a long time. I'm extremely sorry. Had an important call to attend because it was extremely important to take the call because it was something related to the current situation that I'm being put through. A lot of discussions going around my surgeries and stuff. So thank you so much for being kind enough and letting me take that call because we are planning our plastic surgery sometime soon, and that's the reason I had to take a call here. Thank you for being so generous enough and for letting me take that call there. And Jammu and Kashmir have raced on to 284 for 4 after 94 overs there. And the lead's now long gone on to 575. This game is heading only one way. It's going to be a historic moment here for Jammu and Kashmir today. And they'll be landing their hands on the prestigious Ranji Trophy this evening here at Hubli, defeating the mighty Karnataka cricket team, who were the top favorites, who were the favorites running into this game, be it on paper, be it with the kind of squad they have, and be it the kind of performances they brought into it. But Nabi, what a wonderful bowler there. He's definitely knocking the doors of selectors once again with this kind of performance. Despite it being a batting-friendly wicket, we all saw his conversation the other day, the interview the other day, where he comes out and says that he's not worried about who the batter is. He's only worried about his performance and how to extract something from those wicket. And we also, throughout this tournament, despite the kind of wicket he's been provided, he's consistently running in, bowling that late nippers outside the off stump. The way he's taking the ball away from the right-handers and the left-handers, bringing the ball into the left-hander and taking the ball away from the left and right-handers. He's been absolutely wonderful. If you saw the wickets of Karnataka and KL Rahul, you would realize the kind of a class bowler he is and the kind of skill set he brings along with his bowling here. And Nabi on this kind of wicket, even in when the Karnataka bowlers are struggling to get wickets on the fifth day, he's managed to get the wickets of elite Karnataka batters on the day 3 with the kind of swing and the way he was moving the ball both the ways. Absolutely champion stuff. And this could be one of the times where a bowler has single-handedly managed to bring a team into the Ranji Trophy finals and also played a big performance in the Ranji Trophy finals. I'm also aware that there's been a lot of contributions with the likes of Qamran Iqbal there batting out 124 and Sahil Lotra scoring those crucial 50s in both the innings here. And then the likes of Prumdev scoring that century in the first innings, and Wadwan, the wicketkeeper, scoring a half century in the first innings, and Paras Dogra, what a big contribution he's played for Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. He's led them from the front. He's been there day in and day out, and he's been batting it out for Jammu and Kashmir. What a historic moment it's going to be for the 41-year-old Paras Dogra, who's been giving it all for the development of Jammu and Kashmir cricket. And big kudos to Mithun Manas, the current president of BCCI. I mean, just go and read about his contribution towards Jammu and Kashmir cricket over the years. It's been immensely backing this team, and he's been the what is called guardian angel for Jammu and Kashmir Cricket Association, and he's been definitely all those hard yards put in behind those years has definitely will come to fruit tonight, will come to fruition this evening here. And that's been the story for Jammu and Kashmir. Wonderful stuff. This is going to be a win of not just Jammu and Kashmir. This is going to be a victory for the Indian cricket. The Karnataka boys or the Karnataka fans did not feel sad because this win is definitely the win of Indian cricket here, because the Indians through this kind of pinnacle tournament have found the likes of Nabi, who is going to be a sensation for India going ahead. He could be a find for India going ahead, because India definitely needs a seamer of this quality who can shape the ball both the ways, especially in this sort of a wicket where the pitch is batter friendly. And that will be lunch here. 285 for 4 after 95 overs, Jammu and Kashmir, and that will be lunch here on day 5 here. Wonderful here. The game's only heading one way here. It's going towards Jammu and Kashmir here, and both the batters here batting beautifully. Overnight batters here, undefeated in this session here. 80 not out for Sahil Lotra, and Qamran Iqbal is batting on 124 of 247 balls here. 38 overs, 99 runs and 0 wickets in this session, and that's been the story so far. This has been a wonderful contest so far, and it will be the lunch break as Jammu and Kashmir lead by 576 runs. A mammoth lead here, courtesy a mammoth first innings lead there by Jammu and Kashmir, because Karnataka, who had a light batting lineup with the likes of KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Karun Nair, Smaran, all of them coming into formation except from Mayank Agarwal, who was not amongst runs this tournament, but he's managed to put up a fight with 160. But the rest had to succumb to the bowling of Jammu and Kashmir, especially Akib Nabi. What a bowler! What a generational talent there. Because he's stormed this team into the finals. The way he bowled against the likes of MP Bengal, the way he's been picking fifers, he's just coming out there, bowling his heart out, and is managing to pick up fiver every single time he walks out of the pitch there. This is his seventh fifer of the season, and he's been wonderful the way he's managing to extract that swing, extract and move the ball, nip the ball away from the batters there, especially on this kind of a wicket where the surface has nothing to offer for the bowlers. You could see the Karnataka bowlers struggling here, even on the fifth day here. They are unable to generate that kind of a thing. And Akim Nabi is coming out there on the day three, and he's bowled such a wonderful spell, picking up 5 wickets for 50 odd runs there. And definitely Akim Nabi, the selectors have been watching. I think that Akim Nabi should be on that flight to England in the Test series for India. He should be getting that Indian cap in the Test series for England, and they'll be bowling with the Duke ball, and it will be the England conditions. And definitely, if he can manage to extract this kind of swing on a Hubli wicket, which is batting friendly, definitely he can be a little threat for the English if he goes on and bowls this kind of a spell back in England, in the London or in the Manchester. This is going to be a wonderful find here, and that's the reason I say this is the pinnacle of Test cricket in India. This is the pinnacle of domestic cricket in India, because this is where talent is born. This is where talent get a platform, and this is where talents grow, and this is where talents grow, and this is where the talents come in and storm the gates of the Indian cricket team here. And no wonder Akib Nadi has stormed it so forcefully that the selectors cannot miss out on taking him, and he's performed in such a way. Seventh fifer of the season, and his performance has definitely led Jammu and Kashmir for the first time in the Ranji finals, and no wonder for the first time they could be looking at becoming the Ranji Trophy champions here. With that said, that will be lunch on day 5 here. 285 for 4 and 576 runs. I think the reason the game hasn't been called off mutually between the two teams is I think they're probably waiting for the century by Sahil Lotra, because he's batted wonderfully, and a century in the Ranji final will mean the world to him, to his records and to his kind of performances he's given. So I think that's the reason the game's being still continued, because I think Sahil Lotra would, the Jammu and Kashmir team would want Sahil Lotra to get to that prestigious 3-figure mark here, because he's played his heart out and he definitely deserves a century here. To all the folks who joined us on Sports Beyond Cancer, hope you enjoyed the stream, hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back here soon after a quick lunch break here. That's the story so far. 285 for 4, 99 runs coming off the session. No wickets been lost in the session, and Jammu and Kashmir within the cusp of victory here. Thank you for streaming on Sports Beyond Cancer. Kindly hit the subscribe button. We'll be back here soon after the lunch break here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So that's been the story so far here. The lead now close to 578. Thank you so much for all staying on Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurabh Murthy. Thank you, Carl Jacob, for your message there. Completely understand your question there, Carl Jacob. Why no declaration? I just want to let you know that it's the elite and the pinnacle of the Indian domestic cricket here. It's the Ranji Trophy final here. So here, how it goes is the team having the first innings lead goes on to win the contest despite the match ending fifth day, and the lead is over 570 here, so there's no point in the game to continue ahead, but they're just continuing because I think they want Sahil Lotra to get to that century because he's batting that the game's been continuing to his 100, and once he gets to his 100, I think both the teams will probably shake hands and call off the game because it's the fifth day into the contest here, and Jammu and Kashmir will be looking to win their first ever Ranji Trophy final in the 67. Carl Jacob, if you have any confusions regarding why there's not been any declaration, is that Jammu and Kashmir have managed to get the first because Karnataka was bowled out for 2 and that is enough for you to win this contest in a knockout, especially in the later half of the game. And even since the right of the tournament is to go to win the game with some number of points, I think to win the game, then it's going to be to decide how much points which team gets. So they have put up a format here. Whoever gets the first innings lead goes on to win the game on the board here, especially in this knockout stages here. Answer for why no declaration is because I think both the teams were walk away because Jammu and Kashmir clearly ahead, and it's just the last couple of sessions here, and it's impossible to get that 570. The only reason they are out there in the middle is because they want Sahil Lotra to get that 100, and once he gets to his 100 and creating history in the 67-year-old history here. Big up on there. So Shreyas Gopal into the attack, that will be a dot ball to end the over, and 287 for 4 after 99 overs here. And Jammu and Kashmir, well, what a first innings they've had, and what a wonderful start to this campaign here, especially starting and especially the way he's been. These guys have been batting and playing in this tournament. Absolutely wonderful. The way Aqib Naib has been bowling. As beautiful done, and here is Shetty into the attack, and he's just tapped it away towards the mid-on field. That'll just be a dot ball there. This is going to be a big thing in terms of the cricketing world for India here. Because Jammu and Kashmir, the first time winners, it will do a world of good for the young teams, for the new teams there, and definitely will be a word of motivation for us. Jammu and Kashmir winning it for the first ever time in the 67-year-old history will do a world of good. A lot of cricket to develop. A lot of youngsters will watch this, and they will be picking up bats tomorrow. That's the kind of world of good that this is going to be doing. The Karnataka fans need not be sad here because this is the win for Indian cricket. Despite losing the finals, Karnataka fans should be extremely happy because they lost to someone, to the likes of Jammu and Kashmir, to the likes of someone Aqib Nabi, because India has definitely found a little fast bowler in the form of Aqib Nabi, and that's the reason we always come out and this is where the pinnacle of Indian cricket starts, and this is where the pinnacle of Indian cricket grows, and this is where the pinnacle of Indian cricket develops, and that's why we need to put a value on the Ranji Trophy. We've seen a sometimes that they do not wish and why do not wish. From this point of view, just from this stage that. And definitely this should not lose shine because Ranji Trophy is the pinnacle of cricket and they should respect pinnacle cricket and some players who go on to play international to play Ranji cricket here because they should not forget the roots from where they came because they should not forget that this is where the career started and this is where which gave them a platform to showcase the talent and this is where from where they had the platform to grow into what they are today and this is where the economy started flowing into their life started to change because this is the format that changed it for them and they should start putting a huge value and this should be the pinnacle of Indian cricket. The Ranji Trophy, the red ball test should be the pinnacle of every single cricketer there because this is where players grow, this is where you can get the notice of the selectors and rightfully this should be the way the system should be put in place, not the any Indian Premier Leagues, not the any leagues there because this is where the true character comes to test and Akib Naid once again showing that he's been wonderful with the ball throughout the tournament and he's led the team from the front with his bowling and he has managed to pick up his 7th fifer of the tournament. Beg your pardon, there single-handedly never have I ever seen any bowler playing this sorts, blowing this kind of wonderful spells, tormenting the batters, given on any such space despite it being batting surface. As you all can see, Prasidh Krishna and the likes of Vaishak Kumar still struggling on the 5th day to get that amount of turn and the amount of swing and deviation. But Akib Nabi on day 3 against Karnataka stopped players. He managed to pick up 5 wickets and that definitely dented Karnataka's hope. I'm definitely sure that this is a 500 plus wicket right there. Absolute batters paradise. But on this kind of wicket, Akib Nabi has managed to pick up 5 wickets with the likes of KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, and Karun Nair, Smaran, and David Parikal out there. Jammu and Kashmir take a bow. Absolutely, this is a celebration moment for Indian cricket. It's not the loss of Karnataka cricket. It's definitely a win for Indian cricket there to see Jammu and Kashmir come out there. There you go. The Indian cricket president, the BCCI president, Mithun Manas out there in the middle. You might not know his contribution towards the Jammu and Kashmir Cricket Association. He's been an integral part of Jammu and Kashmir's development since a very long time and he has put in all the yards. But currently he is the president of BCCI. But to all the people who have followed Jammu and Kashmir cricket for a long time and to all the people who have followed Ranji cricket for a very, very long time. I mean, a lot of Gen Z people would have followed the Ranji cricket. That's the reason I keep saying try to follow Ranji cricket because this is where the talents groom. This is where these guys mature and this is where the guys get this platform to perform. And Mithun Manas has been a huge backbone for Jammu and Kashmir's Cricket Association over the years and he would be definitely happy to see them create history tonight. A big historical day for Indian cricket tonight. Beautiful ball from Shreyas Gopal turning in from around the leg stump and that will defend it back to the bowler there. That will be a dot ball there. Hopefully I've answered your question there, Carl Jacob. Hopefully you understood why there's not been any declaration because the only reason we can see here is because the match already gone here and the only reason we are waiting is for Sahul to get to his 100 there because once he gets to his 100 I think both the teams will shake their hands and call it off because the game's heading nowhere there. The lead's 578 and it's almost done and dusted. We all know this is Jammu and Kashmir's won the game here because with just 1.5 sessions left doesn't make sense to continue on the game and hopefully the only wait is to get to Sahil's 100 here. This time I think the wicket keeper's injured there. Well. Shrujit, the substitute wicketkeeper who's come on, he's been injured there. I think he's been hit on the chest there because Qamran Iqbal the ball was going outside the leg stump. He's tried to deflect the ball off his legs, and it's crashed into Srijit's neck and chest region there, and the physio is out there aiding to Srijit there. Thank you, Carl Jacob, for the message once again. Yes, I know it definitely gets a little bit tougher to understand the rules of this Ranji Trophy here because it's a big country with a lot of states and lot of cricket associations. We have to bring in that rule that the team with the first innings lead goes on to win the game. But in the league stage, if you go on to win the game in such kind of a manner with just the first innings lead, you get a limited number of points. But if you go on to completely win the game in the regular types, then you get you get 3 or 4 points extra. I think that's going to be 7 points if I'm not wrong, if you win the game in normal way. And in the knockouts, it's an easy way because otherwise, if the teams go on to bat, continue to bat on for 4 days, and the match ends in it, the tournament just keeps prolonging. And because it's such a big country with a lot of states, I think the rule is fair enough here. The team with the first innings goes on to win the game there, and no wonder it's been that kind of a game for Jammu and Kashmir. They won the toss, opted to bat, and they started off in the right directions, putting up 584 with a century from Pundir, and 6 batters off the 7 top orders managing to score 50 there. And then in return, it definitely looked Karnataka will be eager to bat for the next 2.5 days and get to that 570, 584 mark. But Nabi bowling such kind of a spell on this kind of a wicket. Absolutely, he should be on the flight for the England tour, and he should be getting his India cap there. The selectors are out there in Hubli watching this game. A lot of selectors are out there watching in Hubli watching this game, and they should definitely get Nabi into that flight there. Imagine him bowling on this kind of a Hubli wicket where there is no support for the batters, and he's bowling of that sort, getting that kind of deviation, swing and bounce. And imagine him be bowling with the Duke ball there in England. Absolutely, he's going to enjoy it. He's going to love it. And definitely, India has found a world-class bowler in the form of Nabi, and that is what Ranji Trophy does. It shows a lot of potential coming in from the corners of the world, and it just brings them to the forefront. And it will definitely bring India a world-class bowler. India has managed to find a world-class bowler here. It's left to the BCCI and the Indian team how they groom him, because he has all the skill sets, he has all the potential, and he's a hard worker. The way his mindset is, especially if you saw his interview a couple of days ago or yesterday after he took that 5 wickets, he said he's not worried about the batters who's in front of him because that will make him nervous. He's not worried if KL Rahul is in front of him or Mayank Agarwal is in front of him because that will make him nervous, because he's only worried about the spell he can bowl. He's only worried about the skill set he can exhibit, and he's not even worried about the surface. As you might have seen throughout this tournament, on all kind of surfaces, he's managed to get that kind of deviation, and he's managed to trouble the bowlers, batters there. And today, once again, Hubli was an absolutely batter's paradise. As you can see, even on the 5th day, Jammu and Kashmir batting 291 for 4. Both these batters since the morning, since the overnight, they have stayed in the middle. And despite the likes of Prasidh Krishna, Vaishak, Shreyas Gopal, and Vidyadhar Patil, these guys have batted it out so easily. It's a completely easy batting surface out there. But on this kind of surface, Nabi coming in and producing 5 for 54 against the likes of the Agarwals and the Rahuls and the Karun Nayars. Absolutely, the selectors should get this guy on the plane for the England tour, the England Test series there, because he can do wonders. And given that he'll be bowling with the Duke ball, it'll do definitely. India has definitely found a champion in the form of 7th fifer in the tournament, and it's a rare sight when a player single-handedly takes the team. He also has managed to get the finals, win the finals for them. It's almost done and dusted now. But not to forget the contributions of the batters there. That is well evident there. But this guy has batter's paradise. I think everyone's gonna batter's paradise, and him giving that performance time and time again speaks volumes of his ability. And definitely, he should be on the plane to England tour. Here is Qamran Iqbal. He is batting on 128 to all the folks. I hope if there is anyone watching the stream from Jammu and Kashmir there, Is anyone excited about this victory here? Please do let us know in the comment box. There is anyone watching this stream live from Jammu and Kashmir here, as we are here in this final game at Hubli, the finals of the Ranji Trophy. This time, beautiful ball outside the leg stump, and Iqbal tapping it away towards the fine leg region there. That will just be it. No runs there, no shot offered, and that will be no runs there. Shikha Shakti bowling it outside the leg stump. But Qamran Iqbal, who's batted beautifully, he's just tucked it away with his pads, and that will be no shot offered, and that will be a dot ball here. Yep. Leg stump to line bowling here from Karnataka. They are bowling on the negative lines here. Karnataka bowling outside the leg stump, and Iqbal happy to just tuck it away with his pads there. There'll be no runs there. Here is Shikha Shetty for one last time in this over, bowling to Qamran Iqbal. This time, following the angling to the stump, he's driven it towards the mid-off fielder there. They scamper for a quick single there. That will be single to Qamran Iqbal there. And Qamran Iqbal, what a moment to get this 100 in this prestigious historical Ranji final here. Because this will be the first time ever in the cricketing history that Jammu and Kashmir will go on to lift the Ranji Trophy finals. And this youngster from 24 years, who's hailed from Srinagar as a young boy, I think when he dates back to 16 or 17 years back, he would have dreamt that he will be out there. He will be out there dreaming that one day I will be there to ensure that Jammu and Kashmir gets the first Ranji Trophy, because we've been playing cricket for so long, but we haven't won the. And he would have dreamt as a youngster before stepping onto this field, stepping on into this journey. And today, how happy would he be to have been manifesting this journey and living the dream there, batting on 129 not out in this. And his name will be etched in the. We're extremely happy that he dreamt it once, and now he's managed to score that century. And Karnataka and they managed to defeat the strong Karnataka team, who are trying to get this trophy for the ninth time there. But the Karnataka fans need not be disappointed there. This is the victory of Indian cricket here. We have found a true gem. Jammu and Kashmir. It's always good to have new teams winning the tournaments, because that's when cricket goes, that's when cricket thrives. And a lot of people in Jammu and Kashmir will start following cricket. A lot of youngsters will start picking up cricket bats and balls here, and a lot of people will actually start cricket, because of course Nabi in a person's life, and no wonder this has been a wonderful statement there. And definitely the Nabi continues to perform the same way. He just needs the right direction and right mentorship, and hopefully with the likes of Indian team coming into place, and with the Indian team to it's only upwards here for Aqib Nabi. Take a bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Aqib Nabi, the way he's led for Jammu and Kashmir. Ranji Trophy Cup here, absolutely masterclass. So once in a time of a life generation, and that's the reason it's a cup here for Jammu and Kashmir after 67 years here. Lead by 585 runs here as Sahil on strike here. Shreyas Gopal is banked in short, and Sahil rocks back and he'll smashed it over the deep mid-wicket region there. That will be 6, and guess that's a half tracker there, and that will be smashed for 6 if I'm not wrong. We'll have to wait and watch. That's a big 6, yes, that's a big 6 here. Wonderful shot here by Shreyas Gopal, and a wonderful shot here by And turning from outside the off stump and into the batter there. And Sahil Lotra rocks back, has all the time in the world, and he smashed it over the deep mid-wicket region for 6 runs there. He moves on to 87 now. 89 now, beg your pardon there. Thank you, Carl Jacob, once again for your message. I think the Australian first class competitions final is also over 5 days and under the same. Yes, Carl Jacob, but definitely same rule there for the Australian first class competitions finals is also 5 days, and same rule applies because they too have a lot of state associations playing this kind of domestic circuit cricket there. This time, beautiful ball, he's only managed to get an inside edge, and that will just be a dot ball there. This time, Shreyas Gopal outside the off stump, the ball flighted in the air, and Sahil Lotra has gone over the mid-off region. The ball running away towards the boundary. 4 runs there. He goes into the 90s here, and Jammu Kashmir into the 300s here. What a batting, Sahil Lotra. He's batted beautifully in the first innings, and he's come back in the second innings to even ensure that Karnataka do not get this outside chance to come back in the game, because if he had been dismissed last evening, Karnataka would have fancied chasing this target, given that they had almost 80 to 90 overs today. But he stayed on along with Qamran Iqbal, and they wanted to ensure that they give no chance, even an external chance, even an outside chance to Karnataka. And that's the reason Sahil Lotra playing this sort of a knock here, a patient knock, 93 of 202, and he wanted to ensure that Karnataka are completely out of the game, and the victory is definitely going to be Jammu and Kashmir. Because earlier, yesterday, Karnataka managed to pick those 2 wickets initially, and they thought that they could have a chance if they managed to bundle out Jammu and Kashmir with a lead somewhere close to 200, and they had a chance to get a victory on the final day with 400 or 450 to chase on the final day. They would have fancied there with the likes of Rahul, Mayank, and David Tariqal. But Sahil Lotra walks in and joins along with Qamran, and he wanted to ensure that they do not give any chance, even a point of a chance, to a fraction of a chance to Karnataka. And that's the reason he's batted off this shots and completely batted out Karnataka off this team. And the only reason I think we are continuing on this game is because the only reason we are waiting is for Sahil Lotra's 100. And I think once he gets to his 100s, I think the players should shake their hands, because getting 600 in the next 1.5 sessions is absolutely impossible for Karnataka. You know it, we know it, and we all know it. And the reason we are all playing is Sahil definitely Lotra deserves this 100. He's played magnificently in the first innings. He's played magnificently in the second innings. He's played out of his team. He's come up the order tonight, and he's batted beautifully. And definitely he needs that Ranji Trophy final century, which will mean the world to him, which will actually be the rewards for his efforts and hard work and resilience and the grit he's shown out there under the hot sun of Hubli here in the Ranji finals against a formidable Karnataka bowling lineup, including the likes of Vishal Kumar, the Indian pacer Rashid Krishna, Shreyas Gopal, and Shikhar Shetty, and Padyathar Patil. So definitely we all have to embrace and celebrate this 100 here, and that's the reason we're continuing with the game here. 304 for 4 for 4, 304 for 4, and Shikhar Shetty is here, and those all set to bowl to Qamran Iqbal here. He is once again flighted outside the off stump and is driven it towards the mid-off region there. That will be a dot ball here. 7 more runs for Sahil Lotra, and I think then we could call this game off there, and Jammu and Kashmir would be creating history for the first ever time in the history of cricketing world, going on to lift this prestigious pinnacle of Indian domestic cricket here, Ranji Trophy here, in the name of Jammu and Kashmir here. What a moment here. Akib Nabi, take a ball, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wonderful season. A dream season. Never ever seen in my cricketing history. Some bowler coming and taking his team all the way through the finals with this bowling efforts there. We have seen a lot of batters do it over the years, but one bowler, and that's why they say wickets can win you matches here. Wickets are always wins you games here. Bowlers wins you games. Batters will put on the score, but bowlers definitely wins you games. And as you saw, he dismissed a formidable Karnataka batting lineup for mere 290 odd runs there. And hats off for Mayank Agarwal for showing that resilience, single-handedly putting on 160. He did not get any support of any sorts from any other batters there. He put on a fight there, but eventually Jammu and Kashmir will go on to win this game here. Definitely the Australian first-class competitions final, similar there. Carl Jacob, same formats. 304 for 4 as Shikhar Shetty running into bowl to Qamran Iqbal. A flighted delivery outside the leg stump. He's happy to leave it to the wicket keeper there. That will just be a dot ball here. And to all the folks who are watching the stream, can you kindly take 2 seconds of your life and hit that subscribe button there, because that will mean the world to us. Just take 2 seconds and kindly hit that subscribe button there. The lead by 595, and here is Shikha Shetty. This time, good leg ball angling to the stumps and is hit it through the cover region there. The ball's going past the cover fielder there. I think it will be cut off just before the boundary, and the batters can come back for 2 runs here. And good shot here by Qamran Iqbal. And that will be 597, the lead, 306 for 4. And the reason we are waiting here is probably for Sahil Lotra's century. And once he completes his century, I think both the captains will mutually agree that they will call this game off, and they will walk away, and Jammu and Kashmir will be creating history for the first ever time. Jammu and Kashmir, is this going to be a change of Indian cricket here? Is this going to be the change of dimensions for Indian cricket here? This is going to prove out a statement to all the small name states, for all the small cricketing boards, to take this as a motivation, to take this as a cue that when Jammu and Kashmir can do it with kind of grit and resistance and dedication they have shown over the years. For the past 67 years they have been a part of this Ranji Trophy, and for the first ever times this speaks volumes about how much the cricketing board would have been how much the cricketing board would have put the work behind the yards, and how much the board members, how much the players would have been earning for getting Jammu and Kashmir their first ever trophy. And they have done it today. They are done it today here. And here is Agarwal. Ajay Sharma, the coach of Jammu and Kashmir, he'll be extremely happy there. He'll be extremely happy. That's going to be a historic moment. And Mayank Agarwal has been thrown there. Ball here. This time, Sahil Lotra drives it towards the long on region there, and that will be a single, and Sahil will move on to 94. Once again to Qamran Iqbal, he has driven it towards Karun Nair at the long on, and then that will be a single here. And to all the folks watching this stream, kindly hit the subscribe button there. And Mayank Agarwal, he's been thrown thrice. Sahil Lotra, just 6 runs. A single here once again for Sahil there. Qamran Iqbal, he is batted beautifully. The Srinagar youngster, he would have been waiting for this opportunity from quite some time. And what a day to stay unbeaten and get this victory here for Jammu and Kashmir here. So Carl Jacob, only once in the 48 years old history. And that's a 6-year. That's a 6-year for Qamran Iqbal. Wonderful shot there by Qamran Iqbal. And he gets a wonderful shot there. And the Jammu and Kashmir team is already excited. They know that this is going to be, they are going to be the winners here. This is a wonderful feeling for the Jammu and Kashmir boys, the Jammu and Kashmir people out there, the Jammu and Kashmir as a state and the Cricket Association. What a night, what a evening, what a entire season. Akib Nabi, he is the star, he is the superstar. They have definitely given India a world-class bowler. It's left to BCCI how they groom him, how they manage him, and how they extract the best out of him, because he's shown when he can do this kind of an innings spell on this kind of a batter's paradise. guys on Hubli wicket. Imagine him doing it with the Duke ball when he's on the England tour with that kind of red cherry in his hand and with that swinging conditions out there. He will be an absolutely a lethal weapon for India against the likes of England and the likes of Australia. And he's definitely someone who's going to be a superstar in the red format of this game here for India. And what a find here for India. And courtesy, that's the reason the Ranji Trophy is the pinnacle of Indian cricket. You could be an international cricketer, you could be whoever you are, you could have any number of runs behind your board. It's extremely disappointing to see some recent senior players that they do not want to play Ranji Trophy because they feel that it is extremely undervalued according to the standards there. But they seem to forget that this was the platform which gave them that platform to go to that international stage, and this is the start of the journey which poured the shaped their journey towards that. And that's the reason I say people need to start respecting Ranji Trophy. People need to put a value behind Ranji Trophy, and this is the pinnacle of Indian cricket. Nothing else matters. This is the pinnacle of Indian cricket here. Yes, only once in the 48-year whole history of the West Indian first class competition was decided by a final. It's usually a round robin point system. Yes, I understand, Carl Jacob. I follow a little bit of the West Indian first class. I think it was Barbados versus Guyana, the final. I think it was this time. I guess Barbados versus Guyana is going to be the final, if I'm not wrong. I don't follow it closely enough because a lot of cricketing, huge calendar we have in the Indian subcontext, and I think it's Barbados versus Guyana, if I'm wrong. If I'm not wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong there. And here is Qamran Iqbal on 140 on Sahil on 95. The team now, all there, the Jammu and Kashmir team out there in the balcony there, they realize that they are on the brink of first. Just 5 more runs for Sahil Lotra, and that could be it. This time. Shetty bowling it outside the leg stump and is batted it away, and that will be a dot ball there. And to all the folks watching this stream, kindly hit that subscribe button there. Every single subscription will mean a lot in this fight against our first battle with cancer there. So please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button there. Every single subscription will mean the world to us. So just take 2 seconds of your life and hit that subscribe there. Here is Shikhar Shetty running into ball to Qamran Iqbal outside the leg stump once again. Negative line bowling there, and is just batted it away towards the leg slip there. That will be a dot ball there. And to all the folks in the chat box, let us know from which city you're watching this game. Is there anyone at all watching it from Jammu and Kashmir? Kindly do let us know in the chat box. Anyone at all watching it from Jammu and Kashmir? This time outside the leg stump once again. Negative line bowling there, and is batted it away. Paras Dogra, the captain here, he would be absolutely happy the way he's led this team and way he's led these young boys at 41 years of age. He's managed to create history, giving Jammu and Kashmir their first ever Ranji Trophy. The Karnataka fans will have to wait for the 9th Ranji Trophy there, but they need not be sad because this kind of a tournament is a victory for Indian cricket. It's a victory for global cricket, and if you are a true cricketing fan, you will be extremely happy that India has managed to find someone like the likes of Nabi. You should be impressed the way he bowled against Karnataka, the way he bowled against these elite Karnataka batters there who have represented India, and the way he troubled them. You should be proud that through this tournament we have managed to find someone who can torment the international batters, who can be a lethal weapon for India, and who can be India's spearhead going over the years. And we have managed to find the right generational talent here in Hubli in this Ranji season. Nabi, take a bow. Remember this name. His name is definitely going to be remembered by the history books here in the Ranji Trophy, and hopefully soon in the international circuit too. Here is Shikhar Shetty. Once again outside the leg stump, and is trickled it away towards the deep scroll over and there. That will be a single here for Qamran Iqbal as he moves on to 141 of 290 balls, and that will be 45 for no loss after 28 overs for Shikhar Shetty. And Jammu and Kashmir 317 for 4, and the lead now 608 runs here. 608 the lead here. Absolutely impossible for Karnataka to chase it in the next 1.5 seconds, and that's the reason all the players with the new jerseys are out there. They know this is the moment. This is the moment that Jammu and Kashmir has been waiting for for 67 long years. They have given it. They have given it every single day, and a lot of people have put here at extreme yards behind the scenes, and today they are reaping the fruits of it. And Nabi and Paras Dogra, they will be extremely happy the way they have led this team throughout this competition. And Ajay Sharma, the coach, will be delighted. He will go on the names of the history books here, leading in the Ranji Trophy. What a world of good it will do to Indian cricket here. Here is his banged in shot, and Agarwal this time. Qamran Iqbal rocks back and pulls it away towards the long one region to Karan Nair, and they'll cross over for a single here. The lead now 609 here. Qamran Iqbal 8 runs short of 150, and Sahil Lotra 5 runs short of 100 here. This time a flight delivery outside the off stump. Sahil Lotra is driven it wide past the cover field there towards his left, and they'll cross over for an easy single. He moves on to 96, just one run, one hit away from a century, a well-deserved century, Sahil Lotra. And that's the only reason we are still out there in the middle playing this game. Otherwise, the game's done and dusted a long time ago. It's heading only one way here. No chance for Karnataka to come back and win this game. This time he steps down the ground to Mayank Agarwal. And Qamran Iqbal has smashed it way over the long on region there. That will be a huge 6 here coming off the bat of Qamran Iqbal. And he goes on for 148, just 2 runs short of a well-deserved 150. Qamran Iqbal, what a talent for Jammu and Kashmir. The youngster coming in from Srinagar. And how happy would he be? How happy would his family be? And he would have dreamt it when he was a kid that he'll go on someday and lead Kashmir as a Ranji champions there. Today see them lift the Ranji Trophy here, and he's done it here on the finals. He's managed to play a wonderful knock here. This time he's trickled it down towards the fine leg region there. Will this be heading into the boundary? Yes, the ball is going in towards the boundary here, but the ball will be stopped just before the boundary, and that will be Qamran Iqbal's 150. What a wonderful knock here. Qamran Iqbal is coming in this final. He wanted to ensure that Karnataka have no chance in this contest, and he stayed along 293 balls, and despite 2 initial wickets falling around him, he wanted to ensure, because Karnataka sensed they come back in this game as soon as 2 wickets fell in Jammu and Kashmir's second innings, and as soon as they realized that 2 quick wickets fell, they thought they might have an outside chance to come back in this game by restricting Jammu and Kashmir to somewhere close to 200, 250 and have the final day to chase a 400 for themselves. We have seen them, many teams do it in the past, chasing 400 on the last day with 90 overs to go, but Qamran Iqbal and Sahil Lotra having other plans. They stayed on, both of them playing over 200 balls. Qamran Iqbal playing close to 300 balls there and getting to his 150 there. What a wonderful time to get your 150 in the finals, and en route towards winning the first ever finals Ranji Trophy championship for your team Jammu and Kashmir in their 67-year-old history there. This time banged in outside the off stump, and it's gone square, and the ball running away towards the backward point region there, and Shreyas Gopal will run towards his right and cut the ball there, and that will be 2 runs, and Sahil Lotra moves on to 98 here. 330 for 4, and Sahil Lotra on 98, the lead by 621 runs here. What a wonderful contest we've had, and hopefully all the fans are enjoying it, and hopefully you've managed to hit the subscribe button there. Kindly don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because every single subscription will mean the world to us in this battle against cancer, in this 5th battle against cancer, and give us a purpose to fight back at life in the most positive spirits, and will also help us to cater to our motivation and purposes, because I am a sports journalist who's worked for 4 years in India as a sports journalist, 4 years in New Zealand as a sports journalist, but during my time in New Zealand, the 5th cancer struck in from somewhere, and it was the deadliest, and I had to give away 2.5 years of my life battling for life and death on the edges of the bed there. But now I entered remission, and as I entered remission, I thought, why not I start something on the YouTube platform, and that's the reason I started something on this new YouTube platform. And this is a learning curve for me, just starting on YouTube and streaming, extremely new. So that's the reason. Please be kind enough if I do any mistakes, and kindly give me the support that's much required for me to follow my passion here. But it's extremely disappointing for me, because earlier I used to be in the stadiums with my camera, talking to players, interviewing players, writing reports, conducting podcasts and interviews, and this is the first time I'm doing it virtually. But I did not want to give up on my passion, because 5th cancer at the age of 33, and I did not want to show it to the world that I had to give out on my passion because I had cancer at this age. So I just wanted to show the universe that to stay resilient, and despite what the odds coming your way, never ever give up on life, and never ever give up on your passion. And that's the reason we have started something out on YouTube to continue our passion for sports and sports journalism here, because the last 2.5 years, I had no motivation even to wake up. But now, because of you folks, because of the support you guys are giving me, and because of the kind of motivation you guys are giving me, be it on my personal Instagram handle or be it through this chat box, I have started to find the motivation back, because nothing keeps me happy more than following my passion. I wanted to be a sports journalist, promoting sports in the right direction, using sport as a catalyst to develop communities, using sport as a catalyst to bring positivity in the community. And that's what my dream since my schooling days, since my college days. I pursued my education in those terms, and that's the reason I worked as a sports journalist for 8 years, covering the likes of the Tokyo Olympics, the likes of the Indian Premier Leagues, the different leagues, the rugby leagues in New Zealand. And unfortunately, the cancer did not allow me, the fifth cancer, the 2.5 years been taken. But glad to the universe that it gave me back, and now I'm put under remission. Still a long way to go. I have 1.5 years of treatment left with the plastic surgery and all to come in place. But still, we are not giving up, and still I'm putting up a fight. And hopefully someday I'll get back to being on the ground. But until then, until I finish all the remission and all the stuff and all the treatment and the plastic surgeries, I hope to continue on this journey at Sports Beyond Cancer and continue my passion and live my passion day in and day out. And I have to be honest, since the last 2 weeks, I now wake up with a motivation in life, because the last 2.5 years, my only motivation was survival, a battle between life and death. But now my motivation is to come here to talk about cricket, to speak about cricket, and continue my passion for sports and sports journalism. It's all been possible because of you. And to all the folks who haven't managed to hit the subscribe button until now, kindly take this moment and hit the subscribe button there, because this will mean a lot along our journey. It will give me the motivation to fight against life. It will give me the motivation to fight against for my passion. And thank you so much. Here is Shikhar Shetty to bowl into Sahil. This time, onto the off stump and is driven it away towards the mid-off region there. He goes on to 99 here. He goes on to 99, just 1 run short of a big century here from Sahil Lotra here. Here is Karnataka into the attack. Sahil Lotra, 99. Could this be the end of the game here? Could this be the end of the game? Can he get to his century and end the game in a wonderful fashion? And the ball straight down the leg. He's just tapped it away towards the short square region there. The emotions are running high, not just for the Jammu and Kashmir boys out there, for every single Indian cricket fan who's waited all these years for 67 years, and not just any, even if you are a Karnataka fan, this is a historical moment. It's a victory of Indian cricket here. Here is Karnataka running into ball to Sahil Lotra once again, slaying down the leg, and he managed to flick it onto the keeper there. That will be Karnataka is appealing for a caught behind there, and will they be taking it upstairs? No, they won't be taking it upstairs there. A close call. He tried to flick it off his pads, and that will be well. They have rebooted. They have taken it upstairs here. They have taken it upstairs here. Someone is rebooted, and David Padikkal has managed to reboot it. Don't tell me that Sahil Lotra has been dismissed on 99, because we have waited all this while only to see this young man get to his 3-figure mark, and the Karnataka team has managed to take a review. Don't tell me there's been a nick on this one. That's going to be a sad story, and that's not going to be. Well, we'll have to wait for the ultra-outs here. The ball's straying down the leg, and it seems most likely that it has come from the flap of the pads there. We'll have to wait and watch for the ultra-outs there. Hopefully there's no nick on the bat. There you go. There's no nick on the bat there. No nick on the bat. Sahil Lotra on 99. We have waited all this while only for his century to call this game off. And it would have been unfortunate. It would have been meaningless if he had got out on 99 here. This young man definitely deserves 100. He's batted his heart out both the innings. And it would be a wonderful to have a Ranji Trophy final 100 here. And to also ensure that him playing a huge part in getting Jammu and Kashmir their first ever Ranji Trophy championship in their 67-year history. Here is Karnataka running in, banks and shot, and Sahil Lotra onto the back foot, taps it back to the bowler there. They're just getting nervous here. The emotions are running high. A lot of thoughts going behind there. A win for Indian cricket here. Despite the Jammu Kashmir win, it's going to be, or despite the Karnataka's loss, it's a huge win for Indian cricket here. Here is Karan Nair. Beautiful ball, flighted delivery, angling into the batter there, and Sahil Lotra happy to tap it back to the bowler there. That will just be a dot ball here. 4 dot balls on the trot here. We are all waiting for him to get to the third, a 3-figure mark here. Sahil Lotra on strike here. Can he get it to 3-figure mark on this ball here this time? A beautiful ball outside the off stump. He is driven it towards the point fielder there. That will be a dot ball here. 5 dot balls on the trot here. Last ball of Karan Nair, so can Sahil Lotra get to his 100, and that will be probably the end of the game. If he gets to his 100, the players will be happy to mutually consent and walk off the game, and Jammu Kashmir going on to win the trophy, because this time it's flighted through the air. He's only managed to drive it towards the right of cover fielder there. Good fielding there from Shikhar Shetty, and that will be a maiden over, and Sahil Lotra will be still have to wait for quite some time. He'll do around 99 of 215 balls, and that will be the end of an over here. Maiden over coming in here from Karan Nair, and that will be drinks break here. And 332 for 4 after 109 overs here. The lead now going on to 623 runs here. In 1996, Leeward Islands beat Trinidad in the final at Guadalcanal Park in Trinidad. The playing of a final has since been aborted. Okay, thank you, Carl, for a wonderful message out there. But I just had a doubt there. I think they have, from this year, they are planning to have a finals, right? I read it somewhere that from this year, they will be thinking about having a finals or something. I happened to read it somewhere there. And in 1996, dates back, Leeward Islands beat Trinidad in the final. Guadalcanal Park in Trinidad. The playing of finals since been aborted. I definitely knew about the finals being removed and it's being only a point-based system, just like the leagues out there in the football. But somewhere also read that there are plans being put in place so that they bring in a final, so that they revive the red ball cricket in West Indies, because they've been struggling a little bit in the recent times, and they wanted to revive it, and they wanted to bring in the final to just bring that sort of excitement and the sort of spirit back into the fans there. This is going to be a historical moment. We all are waiting for Sahil Lotra's 100 here. Can he get it in the next over here? Karnataka completely outplayed in this game, and they should not be disappointed, because they have been beaten by one of the best, because no wonder what you say, the most deserving team for this season was Jammu and Kashmir, despite coming in from no victories in the history, and they have managed to beat every single team there, the likes of Bengal, the likes of MP, and now strong Karnataka lineup here, which had the likes of the Rahuls, the Agarwals, the Karan Nairs, the Padikkals, the Prasidh Krishnas, the Vijay Kumars, the Smarans. Jammu and Kashmir staying resilient, playing their hearts out, playing in the very home of Karnataka at Hubli, and despite being a batter's paradise, Aqib Nabi picking up those 5 wickets, 5-wicket haul for the 7th time in this season here, removing the likes of Rahul, the likes of Karan Nairs and Smaran, and the likes of Mayank Agarwal. He has absolutely been lethal. He is definitely a true find for India, and is definitely looking to spearhead the Indian pace attack very soon here. He should be definitely on that flight to the England tour there. Imagine him bowling with the Duke ball there in England. Absolutely, when he can manage to get such kind of a moment on this batter's paradise here at Hubli. Imagine Prasidh Krishna and Vidyadhar and Vaishak struggling to get that sort of a moment this morning on the 5th day of this test. Aqib Nabi was managing to get that kind of swing moment and the nick back away from the batter on the day 3 on this wicket here. So speaks volumes about the skill set and the kind of confidence he has in his bowlings, and definitely India need to groom him in the right direction, because we have a world-class bowler on our cards, and it's left to us how we utilize him and make a champion out of him, and how we extract his potential to the fullest here and make it a worthy addition to the Indian camp there. The selectors have been watching this game all throughout, and hopefully he gets on the plane, because it's a rare sight I've seen in the entire history of cricket across the globe there, in any domestic circuit there. A bowler single-handedly managing to take a team to the finals and also performing in the finals there. There have been a lot of batters who put the runs on bowler, managed to take the teams to the finals, but bowler playing with this kind of conviction, with this kind of domination over the opposition. Aqib Nabi, once in a lifetime generation. He's a generational talent, and Aqib Nabi, the hats off there, 5 for 54 in the first innings, and his 7th 5 for in this tournament here. To all the folks who are watching us on Sports Beyond Cancer, hope you're enjoying the stream, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button there. I just see only 2 members have managed to hit the subscribe button. Can you take this 2 seconds of your life, because the drinks break is currently going on, and hit that subscribe button there? That will mean the world to us as Jammu and Kashmir leads by 623 runs. So kindly keep joining, and also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out any updates from this channel here. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and just stay tuned for more action here. We'll bring a lot of sporting verticals on this channel here. Lot of crowd have managed to come into the Hubli grounds this morning, because they want to witness this historical moment. A 67-year-old history, 67 years, first time Jammu and Kashmir will go on to lift that cup here. Shika Shoti. He's been brought into the attack, and Qamran Iqbal on strike. He's on 152. This time, Qamran Iqbal charging down the ground, inside edge in the ball, running away towards the deep mid-wicket boundary there. And Prasidh Krishna is just jogging out towards the ball. And the batters will come back for 2 runs there. The lead now 627. 625, beg your pardon there. Here is Shika Shetty. To Qamran Iqbal, a negative line bowling there outside the leg stump, and he's only managed to leave it to the wicket keeper there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Once again, negative line bowling is just patted it away towards the leg slip. That will be a dot ball here once again. Shika Shetty. I'm not sure why he's bowling the negative line length here outside the leg stump and bowling it away from the pad onto the outside edge of the outside of the pads of Qamran Iqbal, and Qamran happy to just pad it away towards the leg slip. And this time the bowlers just stopped through his follow through there. He'll have to go back and bowl the ball once again here. 154 here for Qamran Iqbal. What a wonderful knock here in this finals of this historical victory going to be for Jammu and Kashmir. This time a full delivery outside the off stump, and is driven it straight towards the mid-off region there. That will be a dot ball here. Sahil Lotra, I think the game's only being played for him to get to the 3-figure mark here. Well. I think there's some issue with Shikhar Shetty. I think he's had some cramps or something. I think it's a cramp there for Shikhar Shetty, and that's the reason he's still is lying flat on the ground and is waiting for the physio to come on to the pitch there. And definitely some kind of delay out there because he's being addressed by the physiotherapist there. He's always out there on the field there. For Karnataka, they need not be disappointed. They've had a wonderful season. A lot of positives for Karnataka, with the likes of KL Rahul and Devdutt Padikkal and Smaran, especially the two limelights for Karnataka would be the performance of KL Rahul, would be the performance of Ravichandran Smaran, and as well as Devdutt Padikkal. Definitely the selectors would have noticed their performances, and also the likes of Prasidh Krishna was already an integral part of the Indian setup. He's been bowling well, and once again in this test, he managed to pick up 5 wickets for 95 or 93 odd runs in the first innings. And they'll be definitely having an eye on him too, because he's a lethal bowler there, and he's definitely come back to the Ranji to test his skills and test his ability and stay attached to the game, and he's managed to deliver and perform well for the Karnataka team, and the selectors will be happy with the kind of performance and extra yards that Prasidh Krishna has been putting over the years in this circuit here. And for Karnataka, it will be definitely how the way Smaran has batted throughout this tournament, and how the likes of the captain Devdutt Padikkal, not just his batting, and how he's managed to lead the team in such a wonderful fashion there. Only outplayed by Jammu and Kashmir in the finals there. Otherwise, he's been a sensation out there for Karnataka throughout this tournament here. Well, tonight's going to be a big clash there. Pakistan versus Sri Lanka there, with New Zealanders will be eagerly watching, keenly watching that game, because they have been wonderful, because the Pakistan will be waiting to win this game by 65 or 70 odd runs if they bat first, to get that net run rate above New Zealand. And if they will be chasing the game, I think they need to get the target somewhere by 13.5 or 14.5. I'm exactly not sure, but somewhere around that corner there, to ensure that they win and have that LT run rate above New Zealand to go to the semi-finals there. What a season this has been for Ravichandran Smaran. He's played 9 matches and he's amassed 950 runs. That speaks volumes for Ravichandran Smaran, the kind of batting he's been performing. Absolutely wonderful. But unfortunate today in this game, he was dismissed for a first ball duck. Ravichandran Smaran coming off a wonderful season, but in the finals, a first ball duck here, courtesy Akib Nabi. What a wonderful ball that to dismiss Ravichandran Smaran. The kind of ball coming in from around the wicket, just nipping away from the batter there, pitching with the right seam and the right length, and he's been dismissed for first ball duck there, Ravichandran Smaran here. But apart from that, he's been a sensation this season, scoring 950 runs of 9 matches. They're averaging almost close to 100 each game there. Almost averaging close to 100 there. And Prasidh Krishna, 4 matches. He's managed to pick up 18 wickets there. And Shreyas Gopal, 10 games, 48 wickets. Shreyas Gopal, what a season he's had. 10 games and 48 wickets in this season here. 10 games and 48 seasons. Absolutely wonderful. But this game, it's been a batting paradise here, and that's the reason there's no spin on offer. And Karnataka now trailing by 625 here. They're all waiting for Sahil Lotra to get to this 3-figure mark here since the past 1.5 hour mark, because he was on in 78 or 80s then, and he's now managed to move on to 99, just 1 run away from a well-deserved 100. This time to bat off his outside edge, going towards the cover fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball here. Qamran Iqbal on strike here. Shikhar Shetty banks it in a little bit short, and is driven it back to the bowler there. That will just be a dot ball here. And 334 for 4 after 110 overs. That means Sahil Lotra will be on strike. Will this be the over, the historic over? Well, Sahil Lotra gets to his 100, and will both the teams shake their hands and call it off? And Jammu and Kashmir will be the emerging champions for the 2025-6 Ranji Trophy here. Will we get to hear that in this over here? Will Sahil Lotra get to his 3-figure mark here? This is going to be the over because he has 6 balls to face now, and he'll be on strike here. Will it be Mayank Agarwal or Karun Nair at the bowler's end here? Karnataka last managing to win this tournament in 2014-2015 season. It's been 11 years, and after 11 years, they managed to come in the finals, but they have been completely outplayed by Jammu and Kashmir, and Jammu and Kashmir's Akib Nabi, who's bowled brilliantly. This time, Karun Nair to Sahil Lotra on the leg stump, and is tucked it away towards the short square leg region there. And there's a Parikal with the fielding there. He'll be still on 99 there. Well, it's still struggling to get that 1 run there. He's been stranded on 99 for quite some time. Can he play that great shot, or will he find that gap there to pick that single there? All the fielders inside the circle on the leg side, and without to wait and watch, closing fielders there, putting up the pressure on Sahil Lotra to get to the century there. All the Jammu and Kashmir team members on the balcony there, all set to celebrate Jammu and Kashmir's victory. This time, once again, it's thrown on the pads, and it's flicked away towards the short square leg region there. Good fielding there, but there's the Parikal, the Karnataka fielders. I'm not ready to give that easy single for Sahil Lotra to get to that 100 there. They want him to earn this 100 here, and definitely he has earned to get this, and deservingly he's played a gem of a batting, gem of a knock both the innings here. And here is Sahil Lotra all set to face Karun Nair for the 3rd time in this over here, as Karun Nair is running into bowl to Sahil. This time, good ball. The ball pitching on good length and turning into the batter. He's just tapped it away towards the mid-wicket region there. That will be a dot ball here. 1 run is all it takes for Sahil Lotra to create history and get that victory, because I think they will need to shake hands and call it off, because the game's heading nowhere. The lead 6:25, hardly have a session and a half there. This time, beautifully ball off the outside edge. The ball running away towards the cover region there. Sahil Lotra was interested in a single there. There he has a big smile on his face there, and that will just be a dot ball there. He needs to take it calm. There's a lot of overs here. No need to rush things, because there's a lot of overs, and the entire team waiting out there in the balcony to celebrate Sahil Lotra's century, as well as celebrate Jammu and Kashmir's first ever win. This time, once again, angling into the batter there, turning away into the pads. He's just tucked it away towards the short fine leg region. That will be a dot ball here. The entire Doug team is waiting out in the balcony to celebrate with the new jerseys on. I see they are wearing fresh jerseys, because they know they are going to be the champions. They are going to be photographed tonight. They are going to be celebrating with the trophy here. And in Hubli here, here is Sahil Lotra. Karun Nair, one last time in this over. A flight into the way, and Sahil Lotra has gone in the air, and it's just he survived. He's just fallen short of Prasidh Krishna there, and he survives there. He wanted to play the big loft shot over the infield, over the mid-off fielder there, but he's just fallen short of mid-off fielder there, Prasidh Krishna there. But Karun Nair there indicating to Prasidh Krishna, he's telling him in Kannada that he should have jumped forward. He's telling him that he should have jumped forward. To all the folks who are asking me how did I manage to read that, because I hail from Mysore and I completely understand Kannada here, and I hail from Mysore and I completely understand Kannada, and he is telling it to Prasidh Krishna that he should have jumped forward there and grabbed that catch there. But nevertheless, Sahil Lotra survives another maiden over here, and he's still batting out on 99 to get that 1 run here. And Qamran Iqbal 154 of 304 balls, and Sahil Lotra still standing on 99 there, and that will be the end of the over. 334 for 4, and Jammu and Kashmir lead by 625 runs here. This time, Shreyas Gopal into the attack, a flight to delivery outside the off stump, and is driven it towards the mid-off fielder there. Misfield there from the fielder, and Qamran Iqbal will get the 4 runs there. That will be 4 runs here for Qamran Iqbal. He moves on to 158. Qamran Iqbal, wonderful flighted outside the off stump, and Qamran Iqbal charging down the ground, driving it along the ground, and poor fielding there from Vaishak Vijay Kumar in the mid-off region there, and in that process he managed to hurt his finger, and the ball running away towards the boundary in the long off region there. 4 runs there for Qamran Iqbal, who's batted beautifully. The youngster here from Jammu Kashmir, the 24-year-old youngster coming in from Srinagar. Well, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah out there in the middle in Hubli. Jammu and Kashmir's Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is here in Hubli to celebrate what's the historic moment of the Jammu and Kashmir cricket team and the cricket board going on to win this game, and that's the reason Omar Abdullah has flown all the way from Srinagar to Hubli this morning, and he's out there to support his team, to be there in this historic moment. 67 years, and for the first time, Jammu and Kashmir is going to lift this trophy. And for the first time, they managed to come into the finals, and within the first attempt, they are going to lift this trophy. And this is going to be a historic moment, and no wonder Omar Abdullah is out there in Hubli in the stands there. He is waiting for Sahil Lotra to get to the century, and the players have been waiting for quite some time in the dugout there, in the balcony, to see Sahil Lotra get to the 3-figure mark here, so that the teams can shake hands and call it off and end this game and ensure. And Jammu and Kashmir mutually discussed that the game's done and dusted, and Jammu and Kashmir lifting the trophy here. We are all waiting because Vaishak Vijay Kumar has managed to injure his finger during the process of fielding that ball there, but that went to the boundary there, and that's the reason we are having this delay in this game here. Nabi, take a ball, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch through his highlights. The kind of spell he's bowled, the kind of way he's moved the ball both the ways, and he's troubled these batters here. Nabi picking up 60 wickets in this series with an average of 12.6. Take a ball, ladies and gentlemen. Nabi picking up 60 wickets in this tournament, in this current ongoing Ranji Trophy season, with an average of 12.6, and only to be on Mayank Mishra on 59 wickets from Uttarakhand. He bowled wonderfully, Mayank Mishra, 59 wickets to his name. And in the third place comes in Shreyas Gopal with 49 wickets there. And can Shreyas make it 50 here, because he's on 1 for 81? Can he make his wickets tally for the season to 50 here? Vaishak Vijay Kumar, he's walking off the field there. He's been injured there. He's had an injury on his finger there en route while going to slide and field the ball at the mid-off region, and the ball going past him, and that will be the boundary. So he's been taken off the field by the physio there. And here is Shreyas Gopal running into this time between the wickets to bowl to Qamran Iqbal, and is just driven it towards the sweeper cover region there, and that will be a single here for Qamran Iqbal, which will put Sahil back on strike. Sahil Lotra on 99. Will Karnataka bring the field up here? Will Devdutt Padikkal bring the field up here? Or will he be okay to give that one run to Sahil Lotra and get to his 100 so that we can call the game off? Or will they be hoping to bring the field up and telling Sahil Lotra that you have to earn this run to get to your century there? Here is Shreyas Gopal running into ball to Sahil Rota. This time bangs it in short, and the ball keeping low and wrapped him on his pads, and that will be a dot ball here. Here is Shreyas Gopala. This time it's banged in short, and this time it's pulled it away. The ball going over the point for the sweeper coverage, and the ball going over the deep wicket region. The ball running away into the boundary there, and that will be the 100 for Sahil Lotra. He lifts his helmet, he takes off his helmet, and he's running away. He's running away towards the dugout there, celebrating his 100 there. And the Jammu and Kashmir chief ministers all happy there. Omar Abdullah from the stands, and he's happy out there. He's happy. Sahil Lotra, what a wonderful century! 101 not out of 223 balls, 5 fours, and that will be his first ever 100 in the first class career. First ever 100 in the first class career, coming in the finals of the Ranji Trophy finals here. What a wonderful knock here, Sahil Lotra here. And that will be 341 for 4. And Sahil Lotra, 50 in the first innings. I think he scored 72 in the first innings, and now has come back in the second innings, ensuring that Karnataka have no outside chance. And this partnership now 196 of 407 balls there. Shreyas Gopal straying down the leg, the ball a little bit short, and he's gone for the pull shot there. The ball gone over the square leg field there, and that will do a 4 runs there, and 100 here for Sahil Lotra here. Paras Dogra, the captain there in the dugout there, he's extremely happy. Paras Dogra, he's happy to see one of his players go to the big 100 mark here. One ball here to go to undo over. I think after this over, both the captains or the captain and the team might have discussion that shall we call this game off? A mutual consent here. Shall we call this game off? 341 for 4, 111.5 hours here. The lead now 632. Here is Shreyas Gopal running into ball to Sahil Lotra, coming in between the wickets there, and he is paused through his run up there. Shreyas Gopal, what a season he's had with the ball. He's bowled wonderfully. His leg spinners, his flippers, and the googlies. He's managed to pick up 49 wickets in the season. Only third in the most wickets tally, with Nabi picking up 60, Mishra picking up 59, and here is Shreyas Gopal on 49 this time. Wonderful ball coming in from outside the leg stump, and the ball pitching and turning away from the batter there, and that will be a dot ball to end the over here. Will this be the end of the game here? Will they be shaking hands? Yes, it seems like they are going to be shaking hands here. Yes, it seems like they are going to be shaking hands here, because the South entire Jammu and Kashmir team is out there at the edge of the ropes here. Will they be shaking hands, or will this be a last over before they shake hands here? Will this gonna be a last over before they shake hands here? The entire Jammu and Kashmir team was assembled near the ropes here. So probably Qamran Iqbal wants to have a go for one last over. That's the reason that they're still waiting for this game, for the players to shake hands there. This time Qamran Iqbal, Shikha Shetty, good one, quicker one, angling into the batter there. He's only driven it towards the cover field there. That will be a dot ball here. Now Sahil Lotra has crossed his 100. Don't tell me they're waiting for Qamran to get to his 200. Don't tell me they're waiting for Qamran to get to his 200 here. Here is Sahil Lotra, Qamran Iqbal on strike. This time straying down the leg, and is parried away towards the leg slip here. That will be a dot ball. Jammu and Kashmir, beg your pardon there. What a wonderful tournament. This time, Shikhar Shetty and just defended it back towards the bowler. That'll just be a dot ball there. This time, wonderful ball, and inside is running away towards the square, short square like that will be dot ball there. The entire Jammu and Kashmir team is out there near the ropes there. I think this should be the last over before the captains shake the hands. The captain shakes the hands with the batter, the mutual consent to call this game off. Just 2 more balls to go. I think this should be out now. He's got 2 3-figure marks, Ranji Lotra, and they should definitely be looking at shaking their hands now. This time the ball outside the off stump is driven it away towards the deep backward point region there. That will be 1 run here for Qamran Iqbal. 342 for 412.5. Could this be the last ball? Could this be the last ball before the players decide to call it off, or the captains decide to call it off, because this game is heading nowhere. 633 runs, impossible for Karnataka to chase, so that it will be meaningless to continue the game here. This time it's bowled beautifully, the ball pitching outside the leg stump and turning into the batter there, and he has defended it back to the bowler there, and Paras Dogra, he's signaling there from the dugout. He's signaling there. He's calling the team back there. Paras Dogra is calling the team back. And the Jammu and Kashmir team storming into the ground there. The Jammu and Kashmir team storming into the ground there. They realize that they have created history. They have managed to get Jammu and Kashmir the first ever Ranji Trophy championship in the history of 67 years here. That's the kind of celebration it requires. The entire team is happy out there. The Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is out there. He's out there to witness this moment of history, for not just for Jammu and Kashmir cricket, for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, what this means to the state of Jammu and Kashmir though. And it's been an absolute spectacle. The team defeating the likes of Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, and now defeating the mighty Karnataka with big elite batters with the likes of KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Raja Ravichandran Smaran, who's coming off a big formidable season. He is scoring 950 runs in the 9 games, and they'll manage to defeat Karnataka convincingly at the very home ground here in the Hubli in Karnataka. Jammu and Kashmir winning the toss and opting to bat, scoring that big 584 runs on board, and then managing to dismiss Karnataka for close to 290, courtesy a wonderful spell of bowling there from Nabi on a batter's paradise. You all saw, even on this 5th day, this Jammu and Kashmir batters were making merry out there, but on this kind of wicket, Nabi has come and performed and given that 5-wicket haul for 50 odd runs, and he's managed to dismiss the likes of KL Rahul, Karan Nair, Smaran, Mayank Agarwal. An absolute spectacle of bowling. No wonder he should be on that flight there to England. Nabi picking up 60 wickets in this season, 60 wickets in one Ranji season, and he's managed to take Jammu and Kashmir to the final, and he's managed to get Jammu and Kashmir their first ever trophy, Ranji Trophy, in the 67-year-old history. And no wonder this the Karnataka boys should not be disappointed. They have played beautiful cricket. Ravichandran Smaran, what a season. He's managed to score 950 runs of 9 games. Absolutely a belter of a batting paradise for Ravichandran Smaran, scoring 950 runs of 9 games there. And then what a performance by Shreyas Gopal, picking up 49 wickets in this entire season here. And no wonder at the end it's the victory of Indian cricket, because this is the pinnacle of Indian domestic circuit, and this is the pinnacle where the talent grows and where we find talent from different parts of the country, and who get this center stage here to perform and showcase the talent and grow and get that right kind of exposure to grow in the right direction here. And what a moment for Paras Dogra, the 42-year-old Jammu and Kashmir skipper. He's been throwing his heart and soul for this team, and finally Jammu and Kashmir managing to win this trophy for the first ever time in the history, 67 years, and Jammu and Kashmir will be the champions of the Ranji Trophy 2025-2026 season, and the celebrations would be started way back in the Jammu and Kashmir. I actually want the celebrations to run all through the country, because a new team winning the Ranji Trophy is definitely a win for the nation here, because a lot of talent coming in, and definitely a new team winning speaks volumes about the kind of potential, the volume about the kind of talent that's been lurking all through the country, in the small pockets, in the small regions across the country. And to see it come from the likes of Jammu and Kashmir, who have now etched their names on this trophy, Ranji Trophy champions for the first time, 2025-2026 Ranji Trophy champions, Jammu and Kashmir. Take a moment, Ajay Sharma, the Jammu and Kashmir coach, he'll be absolutely happy with the kind of proceedings that's been going on, the kind of the way he's managed and groomed these players throughout the season. Absolutely convincing. This is not a small victory. They have managed to win convincingly, because when this final started on paper, we all know the short hot favourites for Karnataka all through the way, and with the form they were coming in, the likes of KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, and Smaran and Karun Nair and Devdutt Padikkal and Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah out there in the middle, along with the team here. He's come out all the way from Jammu and Kashmir, from Srinagar, to witness this moment of history in Indian cricket, and no wonder Akid Nabi, he'll be happy. He's picked up 60 wickets in this season, and he's led Jammu and Kashmir to a wonderful championship here. Akid Nabi, take a bowl, ladies and gentlemen. The selectors should definitely have him on that flight to England, though he's managed to bowl such a kind of a performance on this batter's paradise wicket here in Hubli. Well, with that said, Jammu and Kashmir, the champions of Ranji Trophy 2025-26. No wonder if you're a Karnataka fan to be proud here, because it's a win of Indian cricket, and be glad that this is the pinnacle of Indian cricket, and India has managed to produce a world-class champion. India has managed to identify a world-class champion in the form of Akid Nabi, and he should be groomed well, and he will be a little bowler going ahead for India here. No wonder he'll be on that plane. He should be on that flight to England there. And what a performance! And that's the reason I keep saying to all the fans, the Gen Z fans who follow the IPLs and all the other tournaments, to also follow the domestic circuit, because this is where champions start grooming. This is where champions find their foot, and this is where champions begin their careers, and this is the right platform, and this is where India finds their talent here. And that's the reason I keep saying, when some senior players when they reach their light state, don't want to come and play the Ranji Trophy, they need to put their respect to Ranji Trophy, because they forget their roots, that they started their career from there. They started their platform from there, and this was a platform that gave them the scope to go to the next phase of their life and next phase of the financial status, whatever you call. That is what gave them recognition. That's the reason I request all the fans out there, be it Gen Z, be it any kind of fans there, to put a respect on this Ranji Trophy, and that's the need. And we need to be out in numbers to watch these Ranji games, because we only go to the big IPL games. We spend about 40,000, 50,000 around rupees. We spend 50,000, 60,000 rupees on a single ticket for a 3-hour IPL game, but we do not buy the ticket for a Ranji Trophy game where the tickets cost just 100 rupees or 80 rupees there. So kind of request, if you have a youngster, if you have a child in your home, to please take them to the Ranji Trophy game, and make sure you enroll into the academy, or make sure you make them as a ball boy in this kind of games, because that will give them more motivation to pick up the sport. And because this is where the pinnacle of Indian cricket survives, and this is where the pinnacle of Indian cricket thrives, and this is where the pinnacle of Indian cricket grooms and grows, and this is where the seed is planted, and that seed goes on and nurtures into the likes of Virat Kohli and the Rohit Sharmas. And so kindly requesting all the fans to go and support the Ranji Trophy here. So with that said, Jammu and Kashmir winning their first ever Ranji Trophy. They are the champions of the 2025-6 Ranji Trophy season there. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. We'll be back here on Sports Beyond Cancer tonight, covering the Sri Lanka versus Pakistan game. That's going to be an elite clash here. Hope you don't go anywhere. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button, and also share it with your friends and family. Thank you so much for joining in this morning on a Saturday morning here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Take care, and we'll be back soon on Sports Beyond Cancer.